What is good? What is good? What is good? Hopefully, you all had a good Christmas, and we're back with another episode of what I'm calling now just my favorite builds in every killer. It's not a great title, but it is what it is, and we're onto the Huntress today. A killer I don't really touch a lot, but I do have a nice build on her. So we're running the Oak Haft, which decreases the Hatchet Throw cooldown by 20%, which is decent. It's decent. It definitely helps in a lot of situations. And then the Bandaged Haft, which adds another 10. So 30% throw cooldown is very useful. Very, very useful. Corrupt Intervention, which we've seen already at the beginning of the game for 2 minutes. It locks down 3 generators, unless I down somebody, which opens them up. Just gives us that little bit of a start. The Pain Res, 4 white hooks. You hook them up with one of them, it knocks down 25% of the most worked on gen. Also very, very helpful. And new for the Huntress is Dead Man Switch. When you hook a survivor, Dead Man Switch activates for 30 seconds, and the minute a survivor lets go of a gen, it locks it up for the remaining amount of time, which with Pain Res is very good. And then obviously Deadlock, we've seen it before. 30 seconds when a gen is done, the most completed one that isn't done is locked up for 30 seconds. So let's get in to the first game. Let's just go straight into it. Right, ooh, the Pale Rose on Backwater Swamp. Also, I might be doing some videos that are not this kind of video where I'll actually be commentating as I'm playing instead of just doing like a voiceover over it, which could be interesting for something else. But Swamp Map is probably not exactly what I want. It's not bad, to be fair. It's not the worst map. There could be a lot of like high-rise building ones and la la la. So we get into a chase nice and early on this one, and this one Nia was just in my face. Also, I don't know how I got blinded here. I thought it was dropped like in the center there, and when I looked to the right, I'd look away from it. I still managed to get blinded, but we get into a chase, missing some hatchets, which you'll see a lot of in my Huntress games. But then we land some nice ones, so it's fine. She decides to do some crazy spinny moves, which I don't know what was going on, but we're on our first chase. It's there's some moments when I'm playing Huntress where I feel like I'm unstoppable, and then there's moments where I do something like this, where I'll throw a hatchet that should definitely land if I aim it properly, but I'll just fling it out of pure just like I'm going to definitely land it, and then I just end up flinging it and not landing it. So I get a little bit lost here in this chase as well, which is it's what it is. But I try a beautiful one here and it lands and just, oh. On my last hatchet as well, if I had missed that, I think I would have definitely have completely screwed this game. Like, 100% I think I would have screwed this game. But we get a nice Pain Res hook right in front of us as well, which is kicking us down our most worked gen, 25%, which is that one there, which is locked because of Dead Man Switch. Pain Res like makes them scream, so it makes them let go of the gen, which kicks Dead Man Switch in, which was a meta in the game at one point to just run the two of those perks constantly. A bit of a weird chase here, and there's definitely some dodgy play in this match where I'm a little bit campy because I just see people around and I'm just like, why would I let go of this? Meg obviously drops down that pallet. There's a lot of just in and around this Nia play. So I'm like, right, get rid of the pallets. It's technically me still doing a little bit of camping because I'm sticking around, and I think Meg might be coming back in maybe, and she's not, so but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a nice start. I'll take a Pain Res at the get-go because look at how well that gen is. Nice smack of a hatchet there on Meg's head. I try to like get an angle there, but if I had a release there I probably would have landed. It's just I was too scared to. And then I didn't hold it for long enough. And she does something silly here. I don't know why she just jumped into the snowman and not the window. Maybe she pressed the wrong button. And she's like console player and tried to do the window and jumped in by accident or something. But another Pain Res as well. 2 Pain Res hits to gens without a gen getting done is massive at the start. Absolutely massive. And the fact that it's not even this gen. It's the one at the far distance. So I was 100% going to lose a gen if I didn't get that hook. Nice little bit of patrolling going on. Again, it's not the worst map I could have got. And seeing Dead Man Switch as well, where there's an altruistic team, the amount of gens is just lock, which is very good. It doesn't, like, it lasts, what, 30? Yeah, 30 seconds. It's not a lot, but at the end of the day, it's helpful. It just means that there's less pressure on stuff as soon as they come off of their gens. A little bit of a silly throw into the rock there because I tried to flick the throw. Instead of just going straight for it, I try to flick it, which sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the knee is going for the save. I get a hit on her, and then she runs off. I thought she would have at least traded here, and this becomes very campy now because I'm like, right, if she's not committing to it, that means she has to know that maybe somebody else is coming for it, right? Like, if she didn't commit to the save, even though she got hit, she definitely knows somebody else is coming for it. So I'm just going to try and keep her in the shack, which means Meg went into second stage, which is, it's a bit mean, but they did come in and get the save. They did come in and get the save, and I see the Meg, and I'm like, I don't want to. I'll just go get hatches. I was like, I could have chased it. I could have went for it, but I'm like, nah, let's just go get hatches because I was very mean. Like, all of that play there was very, very mean. So instead, we catch another survivor, and this was nice. I was like, alright, I'm lucky I didn't hit the stairs, and if I could have just loaded up a second quicker, I would have got that. But the game's kind of flowing. No gens have been done yet. Meg, for some reason, decided she wanted to be a superhero, and I was so disappointed I didn't land that. I was so disappointed I didn't land that one there. I was like, I could have just flung it a little second quicker, and I would have been good, but yeah, pressure's there. We're getting rid of pallets. I'm a little bit confused here, doing little spins and stuff. And I'm trying to make sure there's nobody creeping around the gen, because that's the last thing I want now, is just people just hiding on me and me not being able to see where they are. And I fling a hatchet, just be like, yeah, we'll get a bit of a push on that, and there's nobody there to hit. So, just trying to keep gens right now, and this gen is the bane of my existence in this match. But we do see our Gabriel friend making a run for it, and I tried to throw hatchet into my last one, and I bury it into a wall, so I have to smartly play this one, which I do not. Or do I? I think I mind gamed myself to the point where this just confused Gabriel. Yeah, I think that's all that happened there, is I just mind gamed myself to the point where it confused him. But it worked. I'll take it. It worked at the end of the day. We take those. And we are only after losing our first gen as well during all of that, which is not bad. Like, we've got, what, 4 hooks into us now with only 1 gen gone, is not terrible. And now we're down to 3 gens. We lost 2 on that. So again, we've had a good start. You can't be too mad about it. There is a lot of gens being worked on at once, though. There's a lot of them with a lot of progress in it, which I'm not entirely happy about. But for the start I had, can't really complain. And this gen being deadlocked constantly is such a bane to my existence, because it was the most worked on gen, so it kept getting deadlocked and blah blah blah, so no other gen would get affected by deadlock. So we would just have to keep the pressure on these 3 gens here, I think. Well, it was my mind state anyway. I was like, right, keep a 3 gen, I know he's in it as well, so I can keep an eye on him. So it's a good position to be in. A 3 gen with a person hooked in it, and a save right in my face, and a nice smack of the hatchet, and a down. Very well played. I get not a lot they can do in a situation like that where there's 3 gens where you're definitely watching the 3 gens. I was thinking about going for that pain res, and I was like, no, it's too far away. She'll probably wiggle. But I was thinking it was like, right, I could maybe get out there, but then I was like, nah, she'll probably wiggle, ruin the whole thing, I'll lose this gen. So it's probably best I put her back into the hook where I did, so I could keep an eye on her. And look, absolutely dead man switches all over the place, and that terrible throw. If I'd aimed it up, I maybe would have landed that. And I don't know what that sound alert on the far side was. Maybe somebody healing and failed a skill check or something, but like, That's just I don't know why there was a sound alert all the way over here, but it's fine. I try a little bit of a dodgy play with the knee. I'm like, whoop, whoop. No, didn't work. Then she got confused, and I thought me throwing that there would have landed. It must have been like another way. The loop there has 2 like log bits on the side to make it like a U. I must have just clipped one of the corners of that U, because I honestly thought that one there would have landed. Then I come over here and there's just a very confusing play from the Meg. I think she was trying to hide, but then she backed out of it, and then she's just throwing pallets. She is legit just deading out all of the pallets. And I don't know how she got mind gamed by that. All I did was turn, it works, and that means Meg is dead, but all I did was turn my camera just to like decide if I wanted to move that way, and she decided to double back on herself. So sometimes dumb plays work in DBD. That's the moral of the story there. Sometimes you can do something very stupid and it just works. And Gabriel just kind of gave up there. He tried to get this gen done, which again, this gen was the bane of my existence this entire match. Because they just wouldn't leave it alone. So he tried to get that done and ended up getting himself caught, which is unfortunate for him. And I get him up here, which is a nice hook. It's out of the way. It does give me a pain res, but I did lose another gem. So, ouch. So we're down to 2. But again, this game's gone very, very well. And most of the perks, we're getting deadlock use, we're getting pain res use, we're getting dead man switch use. Corrupted intervention was kind of just at the start. It just locked things down so I could figure out where I wanted to go, which is all you needed for it. So we did get use out of it technically because I got into an early chase. So technically, we did get some kind of use out of corrupt, which did help. So we got a use out of all of our perks. The add-ons, however, I don't know if I'm getting too much of a use out of it. Because I'm not constantly flinging hatchets. I'm not like super speedy throwing them. And Gabriel let himself die on the hook, which I don't know why. If he had a maybe stayed, this game probably would have been different. I tried a nice throw there on the Nia, but this Nia just was uncatchable for the majority of the rest of this game. She just knew how to play against me. Don't know why I came out with my 3 gen to kick this one. Just sort of was like thinking, fuck it, let's get some extra points in. And I am slowly drifting back over towards my 3 gen now, just to make sure that I don't lose it. So I've got the one in the small boat, I've got the one on the boat, and I've got the one that's been the bane of my existence the entire game. They're the 3 gens I'm trying to keep a hold of. Because they did split that gen right there on the screen. That's the one I would have preferred to have kept, but they the Gabriel had me dragged away from it so that they could get it done. So they did good. They did good. This is the Nia now where she gets really annoying and just trying to be like, hey, come chase me, and I'm like, nah, I'm keeping my 3 gen as best I can. We really wish I'd landed that. That would have been such a just mwah shot if I'd have landed it. And it's at this point where I think they know as well that I'm playing for a 3 gen. So I've caught Elodie going for this. I get a little bit confused here. I'm like, where'd she go? Even though I do see her and I hear her, so I get back on it. But she was trying. She was trying to push that 1 gen that has literally cursed me the entire game. And I don't try my hatchet because I'm just like, right, there's no pallets here, so there's no point in messing around and giving her a chance to get away with it. Little smart move, so we get her. And it was a good piece of play. It was nice. It was nice. I'm very lucky I caught her before she got that gen done. And now we just need to find Nia, who of course is working on that gen. They just wanted that gen done. That gen just needed to die. This whole game, that gen needed to die. And now this is where some very saucy, terrible plays for me comes. Where I'm just like, right, this Nia's playing me on such a good palette, so I need to try and freak her out so she might drop it or something. And she just goes straight for the window vault, which is smart. It's smart. And then I get like directionally confused. I hit her, and then I'm like, right, she's still here. Where the fuck is she? And then I see her, I catch a glimpse of her, and then I see her running over here. She was just so confusing. And every time she's played that palette, she played it very well. She just decided to back up on herself there, which is GG. That's GG. We did very well. We did very, very well. And then I think for a second I don't have a hook, so I drop her. I'm like, I don't have any hooks here, so what am I meant to do with you? I don't know. And then I look and I see, wait, the basement's here. So we get. That's it. Like, that was a decent game. It was a lot of pressure. The perks, again, all gen perks, because you can run barbecue and chili and lethal pursuer and all of those types of things, but I just feel, with me personally, with Huntress, I just want gen stuff so I can just not pay attention to anything else, just fling and hope that the game locks down gens well enough that I can actually play games. And that's it. But that is game 1. That is the first game. The second game is definitely an interesting one too. That's just a very good showcase of the build, to be fair. That's it working at its absolute very best. A very good team. They were pushing out their gens. They were doing the best they could. They were really focusing that one. I think if the Gabriel hadn't let himself die, that could have been a way different game for that team. If he'd have kept himself on second hook and got saved, could have been a completely different game. But let's head on into second game and let's see. Family residence on the Yamaoka estate. Not a bad map either. Genuinely not a bad map. I think this is okay. Now, when it comes to this game, I think I'm not gonna put credit on myself. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I played this one so well. But I think the team themselves kind of let themselves down in this one. But I'll let you lot see it. I won't ruin the game. I think the team themselves let themselves down a little bit. There's some little points where I'm like, they could have played this better. But we get straight in, and I've already got somebody trying to bait me in for a chase. So I'm like, you know what, Yunjin, I will run for this. No problem. I don't mind. Corrupt is locking over that side. People come over this side. I'll be able to pay attention to it. I get a little bit mind gaming on myself because she just runs off the other direction. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Fling one hatchet, buried into the corner of the building. I'm like, right, check gens. If we're running straight for Shaq, I'm not playing with that. I'm not playing with Shaq. I don't care. I'll do a chase if you want around the rest. I'm not wasting my time trying to fling hatchets and break a pallet and blah, blah, blah. We'll just go back around. But it's not the last we'll see of Yunjin trying to be the chase. We won't be seeing the end of that because she definitely comes back around. She instantly moves this way. I think she's gone in here, but I'm like, no, okay. She's gone for the gen, which I think she just gets a bit confused. She comes straight at me, which is the first of the mistakes I think this team just makes. She just runs right at me there, where I think if she'd have noticed where I was or spotted me, she'd have ran off. But she was the one that wanted chases, so, you know, that happens. You get the chase, I finally give it to you, and then I bury it off. I do that so much, and I don't know how to get better at not doing that, where I'll fling it at the window knowing full well I can get a hit, but I'll hit it off the corner of it. But we get a very questionable hit there. I don't know how I hit that one. I really don't know how that one landed, but I'll take it. I don't know how I landed, but I will take it. And we get a nice pain rinse to start the game off, which shows me over here in the far distance and over there is 2 gens that were being worked on, which I don't know how that one was getting worked on. Like, that must have just opened as I downed. Honestly, have no idea how I knew that she was just there by the hook. I think like a sixth sense in my brain just kicked in and be like, check. And we get a second down, but Yunjin is saved very fast. This game just, it feels rapid. I feel like even watching back over it, it feels rapid. It feels like genuinely, it just feels so fast. There's so much going on. I don't think I get much of a break to just like patrol. I think it's all go, 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 kick gens, get chase. Go, 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 kick gens, get chase. Which I'm not complaining about because it keeps it interesting, but I was on my toes this game. Trying not to camp, and I know this gen was being worked on earlier, so I'm like, right, let's check it. And of course, I do catch somebody being sneaky right here. I'm thinking about throwing a hatchet, but I'm like, right, no, play it smart first and don't throw the hatchet and try and get her out of that loop where there's walls and stuff and get her somewhere easier to hit. Which we do. We get her somewhere nice and easy to hit. And then she just mega mines all my hatchets, which is my own fault for completely throwing them down pat like that, where it's just an open bat and she can read it like God, she could just read it. I try to do a mega brain one here, but she's already gone past me, so we don't get that, unfortunately. And then I was expecting the balanced landing, which, again, can somebody explain to me why balanced landing is now so popular in this game? Like, can somebody genuinely explain to me why balanced landing has become the exhaustion perk that I just keep seeing? Like, it's either that or the buckled up fucking for the people play, which I really hope dies soon. Like, I don't mind the balanced landing because it's like, that's whatever, you know, it'll happen every once in a while. It's fine. Like, it's whatever, you know what I mean? But when it comes to the buckled up for the people play, I'm so bored of it, man. Also, I don't know what happened to Kate there. She got hit with the hatchet and she tried to make a move and she just deaded into a wall, but I don't really know what happened. So, you know, not too bad. We get another hook, which is not bad, and then, I don't know why, I was like, there's definitely somebody here. Like, I seen one run away, and then all of a sudden the person just got unhooked. I was like, how did they creep past me? I literally, like, looked in that direction, but they must have come out of the building, like, from this doorway. They must have came out that way to get it. I hit her because I actually didn't even realize which person it was in my face, and then Michaela comes to take the extra hit, so I was like, right, I'll go for that chase, because when I came in that door, I genuinely did not know which one of them had just ran like at me. I just swung. I just seen person and swung. So I get, why was she going for snowballs? Like, why would she go for snowballs? She ends up getting hit, and I try to pick her up, but it just ends up breaking the pallet. And I was like, okay, whatever, cool. But why, like, mid chase, you've just been hit, you are being followed, and she decides to dig into some snowballs. Maybe she was doing some challenges, because I think there was a couple of days left. I don't know how many days is left. I think there's like 4 or 5 days left at the point of me recording this on the event, so yeah. She must have been trying to do some challenges or something. And we're doing a little bit of trolling. Again, the main thing that I am like seeing from the Huntress gameplay as well, because I recorded 3 games. The other game was a 3K that won't be in this video. It's mainly just trying to stay on the gens. Michaela was ready to give up. If I had hit Michaela there, she just would have given up. I 100% think if I had hit Michaela there, she was giving up. But I decided, no, I'm being nice this game. We're having a nice, normal game. I've only lost 1 gen, so I can afford to be, like, nice. A little awkward moment here where I get... It looks like I get baited by the window, but I actually just accidentally hit my R2 button. Like, I didn't even swing or lunge. I just hit my R2 button by accident with my hand. It does look like I got baited, though. So if you don't believe me, that's totally fine. But I promise you I didn't get baited. I just accidentally tapped my R2 button. That was a nice hit there as well. I thought she was going to just mind game the fuck out of me there, but she got kind of stuck in the tunnel. So that's like mainly when you're playing Huntress as well. The best thing is when they're in the little tight little areas like that where there's very little chance that they can dodge a hatchet. Best place to be putting them. Just fling the hatchets. Even if you miss some of them, just fling them. Also, this team are so fast with being altruistic. Like, they do not give me a chance to go do something. And I do get a hit here as well because they just stood there healing, so why not? And I thought if I flung that over the rock, if I'd managed to get it, it would have clipped on the head anyway. But we still get it down, so I'm not going to complain. And there's quite a few hooks in already, and only 1 gen done, so the team are kind of struggling. And again, I don't think I've played amazingly, or, oh, I've played so well this game. I honestly think it's just the team have been so weird. Like, they unhooked very, very fast. That Michaela decided she wanted to get snowballs mid-chase. Like, there's so many little weird situations that have been happening in this game that I'm just like, I don't know if it's me playing well enough or this team just played poorly. Which is not to say anybody in the team is a bad player. I think very dodgy flashlight attempt there. I don't know why, like, through a locked up gen, it was going to be rough to try and land that. But again, I don't know if it's me. Maybe I have played just an absolute stormer of a game and it was hard for them to play against it, but I don't think so. And then Kate just walking around. Like, again, I don't know. This is weird. I go around this way and I'm like, okay, I can definitely get her, and then she's just gone. And she plays this very well. She does. I go through the hatchet and she's like, nah, I'm not going that way. She plays that one very, very well there. I can't complain about that. She done very, very well on that one. And with 1 person dead and only 1 gen done, it's like you just kind of have to feel that you got the confidence in you to just keep going with it. You know what I mean? I come over here to check this because this gen was being worked on, and again they're just on it. And this poor Michaela, I feel bad for the Michaela. She just constantly kept getting herself caught in the weirdest situations. Terrible throw as well. I don't know how I missed. You know, I tried to hit her there, but I decided to bang it into the rock instead, and she's just dead anyway. I do feel bad for this Michaela. She just kept getting herself stuck in the worst situations that I could imagine. Like, she was just stuck all the time. And that is 2 people dead and only 1 gen done. And I found both of them over here. The 2 of them are just over here in this one direction. So I'm like, right, she's thrown the pallet early, so I can't really do anything because she's going to be moved off. So let's just fling one at that person and just see what happens. And Kate just makes it easy to try and figure out, but I can't land that. I don't like around this building throwing a hatchet like that is just difficult. And I've got no hatchets, so we need to make a move for the hatchets. And I thought now at this point, with only 2 people left and 4 gens, it would be literally just hide it out kind of gameplay, I thought. But I will give it to them, they didn't do that. Not that I can tell anyway. When I was playing it, at least, it didn't seem like they were hiding or trying to cower away from like the game. They were just doing their thing. They were just doing as best as they could, which was hard. And also, when I was walking in this direction, you could see the snowball like mist off of that person, and I was like, "How do you think I can't see you? Like you've got snowballs on you, so we can see the like the fog thing." This would have been nice if I hadn't have just hit the wall. If I'd have managed to hit that hatchet, that would have been way nicer. And I'm like, right, I've got one more pain res in me, so where do I need to hook a person to get the pain res kicked in? Because just to get the use out of it, I've got a nice hook over here, which is not not a bad spot to have one. It's away from most of where my gens were. Not that I needed to really worry about. And then I realised she wasn't the one that needed it. It was Kate. So I was like, right, that was a waste of time, but at least it's away from the tree gen that I wanted to kind of keep, which was over here. Even if they're like, if it was a normal game, this is the tree gen I wanted to keep because it was out of the way. It was a good spot. Flung at you, but there was no way that was landing. I was hitting the hill every time I threw that. Like there was no way ever that that would have landed, but I still tried it. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm great. I'm literally the best. And we just move. We just zoom, and Kate does get a nice smack of a hatchet there, which I don't know how I landed it. I just kind of threw it, and then I was like, cool. Those hits confuse me, because like sometimes you get them and sometimes you just won't. Sometimes the game will be like, yes, you deserve to hit them when their body isn't even on your screen anymore. And then the other times it's like, nope, the body ran away. And it's DPD hitboxes, isn't it? Like, what can you say? And that is them dead. And all the pain res done. So I was like, cool. I used up all the pain res stacks. Time to find the hatch and try and make a bit of a play for this and see what happens. Check to make sure that the hatch didn't spawn in the shack. Do a little walk. Hear the hatch spawn behind me. Ooh! And boom. How unlucky is that? But that is the Huntress games. Those are the two games. We will be with Myers in the next video, which should be tomorrow if everything goes right. I have it recorded, so it should be tomorrow if everything goes right. But check out our Twitch, all in the description, and I appreciate you checking out the video. And I will see you lot in the next video. Peace.